Awesome. Thank you guys for coming this morning. Very excited that you are here. It's beautiful outside. That might help. Yeah, it feels great. So we're going to hop right in, and we're going to do our May EDA series. We have Officer Andrew Goodman here to talk about what's new for 2024, maybe some water safety or whatever you want to talk about.
Sure.
So you have the floor.
Come on up.
Yep.
Here we go.
Maybe introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're the new guy, yeah?
Thank you. So, like I said, I am Conservation Officer Andrew Goodman. I work for the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources. Big, long title. I'm the game warden. So, if any of you are familiar with Denny Lang or Chris Fitton, they've all retired now. So, eventually are able to move back home. I'm originally from Burgess, and we're Goodman Supermarket. It's kind of where I was born and raised over there. Bounced all over the state the last few years, and we landed back home. Any questions right off the bat? So, what was I supposed to talk about? Water safety.
Water
something
safety,
new.
anything new for this
Sure.
year?
Not a new laws. As we've had surpluses in budget, it seems like legislation's busy fighting over money, and so we haven't passed a lot of our priority laws, like trying to change rifle, shotgun zones, walleye limits, stuff like that. So not a lot new to talk about. There's some new invasive species that are coming up that are going to be listed at the 1st of July. It really affects the bait business. As you know, with zebra mussels we have around here, but there's jumping worms we have now. So that's going to be a thing. Yep. Jumping worms. So
Can they use them as bait?
that could have an effect on how you get your night crawlers at bait stores and stuff like that. Yeah, other than that, I don't have anything specifically new to talk about, but it is boat and water season, so there'll be a lot of focus on water safety stuff. So we have the Ottertail County Sheriff's Office. They got their boat patrol to help us out, because I'm one guy for about 50 lakes, so they help me out with a lot of that water safety stuff. But make sure when you're out on the boat, I guess, have your life jackets, have your throwable, have your fire extinguisher, you have enclosed fuel cells. What else? AS is going to be another big focus. Go ahead.
A quick question on washing stations at the lakes. Is that something you guys are involved in, or is that more lake by lake?
So the DNR does have sanitation stations in the county. So that's a really good question. So when you see an AS inspector or these sanitation stations, they're not always working for the DNR. The county also provides those personnel. So it's kind of hit or miss whether you're going to have a county sanitation station or a DNR one. But does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I wish we could have more of those, but those crews, I think there's like 2 or 3 dedicated to Ottertail Becker. You can imagine seen their Paul Miller Park, they put in their own little rent station, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Another question you guys get about wolves now.
Wolves were a hot topic. So I would, that could have been something new to talk about if we could have got something passed. But yeah, wolves were a really hot topic. Kind of had a bum year of deer hunting this last year, following 2 really hard springs. And so the wolves were the easy thing to point and blame. But like anything, as soon as we start managing any kind of natural resource or wildlife, then we kind of need to manage all of it. Otherwise, there's no balance. But unfortunately, wolves are protected by the federal government, so the state can't. We have a wolf plan in place. So if they get delisted again, just like in 11 to 12, there will be a hunting and trapping plan. But as of right now, they're still federally protected, and it's caused some turbulence for sure. Yeah, great question. Any other ones? Thank you. Very good. Thank you.
All right, next up today for a nonprofit spotlight, we have Love Inc. So if Emily wants to come on up and tell us what you're all about and where you're located.
All right. Well, I'm Emily. I'm the director of Love in the Name of Christ here. We serve mainly the Saco County. Maybe in a couple of years we could move over to Curtis Falls, but it's kind of nice to have something started on the Saco County. We work on mobilizing churches in order to help our neighbors in need and do it all in the name of Christ. We have 9 partner churches right now. We have a couple that are kind of teetering on joining us, and what that means, or what that looks like, is if somebody calls us in need, we connect them with the proper resources, like the Crosspoint has Baby Bin. We can make sure that they are pointed in that direction. Maybe they don't know, they just moved to the area, they don't know what's here. They also have a mom's group. There's Wednesday night meals over at New Creation. I'm so sorry. But we have a whole entire flip book of resources in the area, whether they be churches or other nonprofits that can get them on the list. We have names of individuals who work in those organizations, so we know exactly where to connect them to. And it's working on healing a person holistically so they aren't in need any longer in the future. And sometimes that takes a little bit of a longer road because you be at different points in your life, down on your luck, or so to speak, and you feel worthless when you're in need. I'm not sure how many of you can resonate with that. And you need someone to come alongside you, look at you as a person with talents, and help you grow to be successful. We are located in the radio station. We share space with them so generously. If we're looking to expand, we can find the right spot that God points us to. Any questions?
I'm just curious, how busy are you? And then, like, where do you get referrals from, or do people just reach out to you?
Some people have found us through Google, or they see us on Facebook posting. We get shares from the chamber and other churches, individuals on the board. But we try to keep it with churches knowing how to direct the calls to us. Many will say, hey, I need a gas card, or I need a grocery card. But we're slapping, for lack of a better term, sometimes we just slap a Band-Aid on it. And we're working on really listening to their story. How did they get to that point where they can't get their groceries? Or how can we supplement them in between? Like, where can we direct them to the nearest food bank? Some maybe don't know, some of the smaller towns surrounding don't know that they have food banks of their own. So they call our number, I can't remember it off the top of my head, but the last four is LOVE. And we have a volunteer listen to their story, ask them questions, really get to know them. We ask them about their parents, or if they have kids, do they have pets? Have they been out of work for a while? Are they looking for work? Can we help them with that? Yeah. Did that answer it? Okay. We have volunteer opportunities. We prefer if you do it through your church. just because we are a Christ-centered organization, so.
Do you guys do fundraisers and stuff like that?
We are discussing our upcoming fall fundraiser at our board meeting this evening. So, we had one last year that did very, very well. We had raised, was it 12,000?
14,000.
Well, 14,000, okay, I thought so. Yeah.
And which, can you remind me of that one? What was that fundraiser for?
That fundraiser was held in the St. Paul's, their school gymnasium. And we did a silent auction, we had a dinner, we had games, we had a bake sale. It was just a whole fun family event. Right. Any other questions?
All right, thank you very much. Next up, we have a West Central initiative to share about new things for 2024. Come on out.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Celeste Coffey. I'm the rural strategist. I work on our rural democracy program and rural belonging. It's great to be here in Perm. I usually am based in Detroit Lakes where I live and then kind of go all over our 9-county region. I'm going to share a little bit about our rural democracy. We have lots of things going on, and then I'll give you, just with this limited window, a little bit what we have in the near future as in this week. So our Going Local program is going to take place in Perm this Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Perm High School. We warmly welcome anyone who's interested to come and have dinner with us and talk about just local politics. It is a nonpartisan program. But we look at what does the city council do? What does the county commission or county board do? Soil and water, school board, just to really familiarize everyone with those levels of government, because 96% of offices are local. And so we want to get really comfortable with that. And then the folks in those positions are often our neighbors, people around us, those sorts of things. So we're bringing politics back to that local level because we truly believe that a lot can happen to improve and support communities there. Next slide, please. So to register, because I need a good head count so no one shows up without dinner, right? So to register, if you're on a mobile device, you can go to wcif.org. And then it's the 3 dots if you're on your phone. And then you can just click events and it will take you right to that registration link and just more information on the event if you're curious about what exactly we'll be doing within those 2 hours. If you're on your PC, you'll go to the events in the upper right-hand corner. Next slide, please. We also have a Run for Rural in Fergus Falls this Friday and Saturday. The Run for Rural is a day-and-a-half workshop on how to run for office at that local level. So we did a Run for Rural in Moorhead this couple weeks ago, and then last fall we did 2 Run for Rurals at East Island Lake Resort. It was really funny to read the feedback from those because participants said, I forgot why I came here, but I'm so glad I'm here. And it was, they're like, really, no, someone walked in and said, I forgot what I signed up for, but I'm really darn glad I came. And the feedback reviews also noted the good mix of theoretical and actually concrete examples from people who have run for office at this local level, how to get the message across, values-based messaging, how to connect, because again, really at that local level, it's not about a fight, it's about we have a community first value and how can we work together to improve the community. Next slide, please. And then of course, why are we out here doing this? We are a foundation and part regional development organization. A lot of times West Central Initiative is known for grants, loans, that sort of thing, early childhood. But on all fronts, local governments are our partners. And what we found, and this has been Winchester's University of Minnesota research, is that our rural areas are often classified as leadership distressed. And that's because we have the same government structures, but with fewer people than urban areas. So that means on a state average, 1 in 21 people will run or need to serve an elected office in their lifetime. But this is what it looks like for our county. So right here in Otter Tail County, we're at 1 in 14 people need to serve in one of these positions, right? So That would probably be at least 4 people in this room. So do we have 4 elected officials in this room? 1, 2. So we need 2 more. So thank you for your service. What I'm going to do is I have 1 going local, and I'm going to put this over here by the door. It has a QR code for that registration, or if you want to take a picture maybe on your way out to send to someone, it's also all online. And then I have lots of Run for Rule that I will give the entire room because it's our last Run for Rule of the season. And we're going to do it again, so you can keep this. The dates won't be accurate by then, but it's yours to keep. So any questions?
Did you have this 4 years ago?
No, that's another feedback we get. We have people who have been in office, and so everything is free for Run for Rule unless you are in office, and then to stay in line with campaign finance, we just ask folks to pay $160. But that's another feedback we get. We had an elected this past couple weeks ago, and he's like, I wish I had this 12 years ago. This would have saved me so much kind of trial and error, he mentioned. So, because it is kind of this Run for Rule, here's your toolbox. You develop your message, you talk about how to get your message out. And then we had someone run for a township who completed this last fall, and their comments after they had succeeded in their election, they said, you know, I just brought my binder out whenever I was confused or felt kind of like down, and I just like saw again the step by step in what I should do or what my message was and my values. And so that's a very good question. Yeah, we're getting good reviews on that because participants do leave with a full campaign plan, which is really helpful because it does take a lot of time and we're very busy, right? Other questions? I'm going to slowly put this over there, and I'll put a few of these on the tables and kind of sort around. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, next up we got Avi River Consulting. Did I say that right? Avi River? Okay. Come on up.
All right, I'm gonna listen to a little bit cold, so I'm gonna keep it short. I have lots of information, but I can't get through it all this morning. There are 10,000 people a day turning 65 or older nationally. The growing number of elderly people is expected to strain our social security system and increase the demand for healthcare and long-term services. And as our baby boomers downsize or move into assisted living, around 20 million properties nationwide are expected to be put up for sale. The increase in the elderly population will also escalate the need for family and professional caregivers. So I'm Trace Johnson. I own Avi River Consulting. I am a real estate agent currently, but in a previous life I was a rural paramedic, critical care paramedic. So I've been in a lot of homes where I see a lot of people who need help don't necessarily qualify for social services. They don't necessarily qualify for in-home services. They don't necessarily qualify for the resources out there for them. They're kind of in this middle space where kids are out of state or they don't have a lot of family left. And they've lived in their home for decades. We know that Beanie Babies do not have the return that they used to, and so people aren't really sure what to do with them. That's where we come in. So I call ourselves downsizing specialists. We're coming in and we're doing a lot of hand-holding. We're helping the families, we're helping the clients, we're helping them sort through decades of memories. We're helping them decide what is valuable, what is their next step. A lot of these people don't understand how to utilize or leverage the equity in their homes. They want to die in their homes. People tell me this all the time. But now they're scared of being in their home alone. They don't know how to get services in to help with those long-term cares. They don't know what to do with all their stuff when they die, and their poor kids are going to have to go through 40, 50 years of stuff. I have clients who show me boxes of things from when their kids were babies and their kids are now in their 60s. And nobody wants to take that China hutch that grandma's had forever. Nobody wants the extra dishes that have been in a cupboard forever. A lot of these things don't have the same sentimental memories for our clients, kids, grandkids. You know, they're like, oh, so-and-so's going off to college. She wants those extra plates. She does not. She's going to Target. So we call it reassigning value. We're doing a lot of reassigning value for our clients. My ideal client is estate sale, I can pay for all of my services through an estate sale. If we're selling a home, we can pay for all of our services on the closing of their home because I'm a real estate agent. I have staff who do one-on-one consultations with their clients. Sometimes we spend months or years with them doing these one-on-one because they know eventually they want to downsize. They don't have plans today to downsize, but they know somebody who fell and broke a hip and couldn't come back home, and the kids just cleaned everything out of the house, and they didn't get a say in it. And so we want to come and give those clients just some of that decision-making power back to them so they don't listen to those kids every holiday and go, Mom, throw that away. Nobody wants that. They're tired of hearing that. So what we're doing is we're reassigning value. We're connecting with our communities, and that's why we're here. We love to get to know these small towns because we want to be able to work with the nonprofits and work with the charitable donations. We want to work with our small businesses. How can we help the clients within their own communities? What can we give back to the communities? How can we redistribute back to the communities? And how can we keep these clients in their homes or in their communities where they feel safe and also loved? So that is Aubrey River Consulting. Does anybody have any questions?
Where are the offices are located?
We were kind of spread out. My real estate office is in Fargo, but I'm from Fergus Falls. And my husband is working here at Service Food in Ferrum. So that's kind of our triangle. We try to keep it within that range. But I've traveled out to Valley City, Crexton. We've traveled out ways. There's not a lot of services like ours, so we do travel for people.
Do you do much with antiques and stuff like that?
Yep, so we have specialists who we work with. So we do a lot of antique sale, auction type things, estate sales and stuff. So when people have those questions, we have professionals to connect them with. I will say a lot of people hang on to things for years and years because they think age equals value, and it does not. So we're just trying to help people recognize what does still have value and what may not, and what may. It might be more important to hand it off to a family member than to hold it and sell it.
Thank you.
Two slides. Okay. All right, chamber updates. Check out this flyer. So fun. So this year's theme, of course, we're bringing it back to the 80s. So you notice on the top, we're going to bring back the medallion hunt. And then we have the grand parade, street fair, fireworks, and October Road is going to be out at the Silver Moon this summer. So that's really exciting. Lots more events going on. We have polka dance, we have bingo, bike rodeo, pickleball tournament.
There's a whole flyer full. This is
Whole
just
flyer.
a teaser.
Yeah, this is just the big stuff. So every day has something going on. 2, 3, 4, 5 things going on. So make sure you keep that weekend open. Invite your friends and family. T-shirt sales are at the chamber right now. So we got some pink and blues going on. And then our first race, because of construction, we're going to be pushed maybe just a week. We want to just make sure that we're ready to go. So we're going to push turtle races to June 12th, which is the first date of Turtle Fest. So that will be the first turtle race of the summer. And then we will have them through August. And we should be able to have them right here in the city turtle park here. We're going to get a new circle. So we're excited about that. New paved circle. Yeah. It'll be awesome. Anything else? Does anyone have any questions on Turtle Fest? It's coming fast. Yep, we're excited. All right, next up we have some of our new chamber members that we would like to introduce. Prairie Grass, they just had their ribbon cutting last week. I don't think she's here this morning. So she's pretty excited. They are going to announce their open house coming up pretty soon, but there are a lot of open houses happening in the next 2 weeks, so she's going to push that off a little bit. The next one, of course, is Love Inc. And these guys, again, are located in the radio station building. They're going to have their ribbon cutting today. And then Cakewalk. Cakewalk is our new chamber member. We got some delicious, what do you call those, cake pops? Yeah, they were amazing. So that was very fun to visit with her. She's based out of her home right now, but does cakes, cake pops, desserts, that kind of thing. So check them out online, and we're very excited to welcome them to the chamber. Next up, we're going to have Nick and Jonathan with any updates for the city.
Herbie.
And Jade.
And Jade. Come on up,
Jade,
Jade.
if he wants to talk.
Special guest.
Jade.
Special guest, city engineer Jade Herbie, everyone.
He's got all the
Hey,
information.
there's my update.
Here's your update.
I was gonna read it. Well, as everyone can see, there's a lot of stuff happening out here right now. We're really in a big push right now. It looks like they made a lot of progress to this first phase over the last 3-4 weeks, but the intention is to have everything done by June 12th. In a normal project, this would be pretty easy. However, there's a lot of stuff that goes in behind the curb. So tentatively, weather dependent, later this week, there's gonna be a curb placed on these 4 blocks through here. And then tentatively, later next week, will be pavement on the first 2 courses of pavement, or roadway on there. And then they're gonna come in and work behind the curb. They have to install irrigation, lights, and a bunch of other conduits back there. And then they're gonna work their way out from the buildings with sidewalks. The intention is to have all of this open. Trees may not be in, all the lights may not be in, but by June 12th for the first turtle race, which will also include a new concrete circle. It'll be similar in design to the new sidewalks that will occur out in the street. Outside of kind of the downtown core, and this has been the discussion for the last 6-8 months, we skipped 3-4 blocks to the west, and that was at the request of some of the downtown business owners. That work will not start until really to mid-August. But the contractor has moved out by the EMS building, and they should be hopefully done with the underground utilities by the end of next week on that phase. Then they're gonna jump a block because there's no water main or sewer that needs to be replaced on the west side block. And then they're gonna work their way west up to the intersection of 34 and 51. So as it sits right now, we may actually have a full-on wall in the middle of the summer where there may not be anything. There'll be some bumps in the roadway where the pavement will be set down a couple inches between the phases, but the intention is to try and keep as much of downtown Kern open mid-June to mid-August. So we've gotten lucky with an early spring. Road restrictions this year came off at the beginning of April. Last year they didn't come off until about May 24th. So we were very, very lucky in that regard. We've also been pretty lucky with a good contractor that we are at the bid or the lowest bidder whenever we bid out a project like this. The contractor that we have has been very, very easy to work with and very quick. So we're doing everything we can to get everything done as fast as we can, but it is moving pretty quick. For the stuff outside of town, if you have been east, they're installing the sidewalk right now on the south side of Main Street. It's going to run all the way up to 11th southeast up toward the industrial park, so there will be a connection to Main Street. Over the course of the next couple months, outside of Main Street, we'll be doing some replacement on this road right here, 2nd Ave Northeast, just on the side street. And then we'll be doing some work down by Crane Johnson as well. So we're waiting on the schedule updates from the contractor for those, but the primary goal has been right now finishing this within the next month. If there's any questions, hopefully everyone's kind of signed up to on the online chamber website for the email. We'll continue to send out updates every Friday of what's happened last week, what to expect the following week. But we're trying to do everything we can to keep the communication to a maximum. If there's any questions, I'm glad to answer.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The Chamber is also hosting the Main Street Revitalization Project website. So on firm.com, there's a drop down and there's a little logo at the bottom. To get to that, there you can get the weekly updates from Jade. You can access the live cam, so you can actually watch the construction live when it's working. And then what else is on there? Oh, the map. There's a GIS map that shows where the detours are, how to get to certain businesses. It's very handy. So definitely check that website out. Something else that we're going to start doing to support the businesses is where there's dirt, there's dough. So over the next 10 weeks or so, we're going to go around town randomly with envelopes. And you're going to pick a random envelope from us. If we so and start giving some stuff away to the people that are downtown shopping, supporting the businesses that are affected most by the construction. So really appreciate everyone doing that, staying local. So that's all I got. John, you got anything? All good? All good? Okay. Thanks, everyone.
So does anyone have any updates around the room? Yes.
So my name is Brenda, and I'm the Senior District Executive for Scouting. Last week, Boy Scouts of America made an announcement that effective February of next year, we're changing our name. So we are going to be called Scouting America. So if you see anything that doesn't say Boy Scouts of America, it's still us. It's still the same great programs. Cub Scouts are kindergarten through fifth graders, girls and boys. And then Scouts BSA is what we used to call a Boy Scout troop. So we have girl troops and we have boy troops, and we have all three of those units right here in Durham.
Thank you. Paul?
So I've had some inquiries already. We teach water skiing in July. It's called Get on the Water. It's sponsored by USA Water Ski. Anybody in here that's got people coming up, if you go to bigpineLakeWaterski.org, you can go in and there's a link to get on to USA Water Ski. It's free. We teach all ages from never skied before to if you want to learn how to barefoot water ski. 3 qualified instructors, 3 drivers. We're covered by USA Water Ski, but I've got people coming in already asking. Some people in here have had their kids in our class. It's a blast. We're doing it July 8th and 9th. If anybody has questions, ask me about it. And then about 2 weeks later, we have, and Ben's been here for 4 years in a row. Ben Rowan is the world champion trick water skier, overall world champion. He does a barefooting clinic on our lake. And if anybody's interested in wanting to do that, we can set you up. That's it.
Cool. Thank you. And then, yes.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ron Lauer. I'm with CERCRO, Cleaning, Restoration, Construction. At CERCRO, we're your water and fire cleanup restoration specialists, so we can handle any type of water damage, any type of smoke or soot damage from a fire loss. We can handle both residential and commercial properties, so if you have a fire or water emergency, give us a call. We should be taken care of.
Awesome. Thank you.
I'm Jennifer Howie, and Trace had to leave because she's not feeling well. Isabel is here too, and I'm going to have the great privilege of working with Trace, who just came back in, and there are brochures down here that we can hand out for you as well.
Great. Thank you. Magnify. I know you guys have your training coming up.
Yes. The 22nd of May, we have a kind of like a lunch and learn. It's leading and communicating in times of change. We have a really good speaker. We've done this in many communities for our business members, and then we expanded it to just anybody who's able to come. So it's gone over very, very well. Every community we've been in, we've been asked to come back. So that will be on the 22nd from 11:45 to 1. You get a free lunch, so it's a win-win, and you can sign up at the chamber website.
Yep. So just go to the website and put in your name and free lunch. Learn something. Awesome. Yes.
I'm Natalie Revere, and Ellen said OEDEC and Electric just bought the Lowry truck building. Is that
Lotus.
The Lotus, thank you. So we are in the process of opening here in town. We have bonders that we're working on a significant project right now, and we already have employees in town that live here, and we're really excited to be here.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm Dallas from Crane Johnson Lumber. Just wanted to stop down and invite everybody over on Thursday for our grand reopening. We updated the outside of our building. We've added about 2,000 square feet of showroom space and put up a new warehouse. So we're serving lunch, smoked pork and sides in the afternoon. So stop by and check it out. Ribbon cutting at 12:30, lunch at 1.
Perfect. And right here too, we have some ribbon cutting ceremonies. So Big Pine Books and Love Inc. is today. Crane Johnson Lumber again, the 16th, and Rustic Coneflower Boutique, they're on the 17th. And then if you want to save the date, June 20th, Precision Landscape and Irrigation are going to host our business after hours. So that is where all the business owners are invited. You kind of just come and have appetizers, drinks, hang out, check out their business, talk about your own business, kind of just a socializing event. So those are all here for you. If anyone needs a copy, you can take a picture.
Got some on the table.
There's some on the tables, but anyone else want to share? Anything? Okay. Well, so we have a fun game today to get prizes that you have to earn. So we have Pizza Ranch 2 bake-at-home pizzas. That's prize number 1. Zorba's the 1 large pizza. Prize number 2. We have a gift card, $25 to Pizza Ranch. And we have a Lakeside Tap gift card for $25. And we have 2 Lakes Cafe, $5 each, so $10 value. So, you do not use your hands, you only use your eyes. There are 5 teeny tiny turtles hidden around the room. Whoever finds them gets to come pick the prize. So, socialize, find your turtles. They can be under stuff, on stuff, anywhere.